Hello, friends. India is currently conducting the biggest election ever to be held in the history of democratic countries anywhere in the world. Of a population of 1.4 billion people, 969 million are eligible to vote in the polls. This voter base is greater than the population of North America and the European Union combined. This means about 12% of the Earth's population will vote in this election. The election for 543 seats in the Lok Sabha will be conducted in a million polling stations spread out in phases over 44 days to allow for the movement of election officials and security personnel across various parts of the country as needed. Clearly, this is an election full of superlatives. Let's turn to the voter turnout aspect of this election. In the 2019 general election in India, overall voter turnout was at 67.4% of all citizens who were eligible to cast a vote. Take a look now at the voter turnout statistics from states which conducted all or part of their elections a couple of days ago in phase one of the current election. You will see that the highest turnout was in West Bengal at 77.57%. This is a state where a significant percentage of the population is quote unquote minority and supports Mamta Banerjee and her TMC party. Other states like Bihar, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh have had a relatively low voter turnout. I will use the Karnataka Assembly elections of 2023 as an example to show you what happens to election results with even a very, very small decrease or increase in the voter turnout, and to show you just how important it is that you go vote in this election. So, in the Karnataka Assembly elections held in 2023, the voter turnout was 72.68% across that state. But in Bengaluru city, the turnout number was far, far lower. The general level of income and wealth, social standing, or power and level of influence among citizens is obviously higher in this city than in other parts of the state. And that may have led to some degree of voter apathy or indifference. The Congress party eventually came to power in that election, boosted by the consolidation of the minority vote, which forms 13% of the electorate in Karnataka. The issues included the hijab ban, the scrapping of 4% reservation for other backward castes, which also benefited some Muslim communities in Karnataka, and issues affecting the Hindus, such as the anti conversion law, the Act to Prevent Cow Slaughter, and the Protection of Religious Structures Act. Note that the turnout from the previous Karnataka Assembly election of 2018 was 72.36%, which was just 0.32% lower than the turnout in the 2023 election. So, an increase in turnout of just 0.32% helped the Congress party win and led to a BJP loss in 2023. Now, let's look at some of the recent incidents which have taken place in Karnataka since the Congress party came to power in 2023. On March 1st, there was a bomb blast at the Rameshwaram Cafe in Bengaluru, and the three accused, Muzammil Sharif, Musawwir Hussain Shazeb, and Abdul Sateen Taha, were nabbed by the police in this case. The Congress initially tried to deflect attention from the case and the cause of the bombing by calling it a case of business rivalry. The National Investigation Agency is now handling this case, and the blast does not appear to be in any way related to business rivalry, as the Congress said. On March 17th, during the Muslim holy month of Ramzan, a Hindu shopkeeper, Mukesh Kumar, was assaulted in Bengaluru by three men for playing the Hanuman Chalisa inside his own shop. The police arrested these men later for attacking Mukesh, Ironically, they later filed an FIR against Mukesh himself, the victim who was beaten up earlier. The proceedings in this case seem to be in progress at this time. On April 17th, Ram Navami Day, two men on a motorcycle, Farman and Samir, threatened three Hindu men who were driving in a car in Bengaluru while flying a flag and chanting slogans to celebrate Ram Navami. The two men who did this were later arrested by the local police. On April 18th, 21-year-old Neha Hiramat was stabbed 7 times by Fayaz, a classmate of hers at a college in Hubli. This youth had allegedly been trying to involve her in a romantic relationship and was angry that she had rebuffed him. Neha's father, Niranjan Hiramat, who is a local corporator from the Congress party, has alleged that this is a case of love jihad. Meanwhile, the Congress government in the state is already trying to project this case as a quote unquote personal issue, even as a police investigation into this murder has just begun. So you see the pattern here. The government you elect to represent you plays a huge role in either stabilizing or vitiating the atmosphere in your state and in the country overall. The kind of government you elect to represent you can either clamp down on antisocial and criminal elements or embolden them for its own purposes. Given the incidents I have brought to your attention here, I will let you decide what happens when you vote to elect a government which does not appease vote banks and is tough on crime versus one which looks the other way when incidents like this happen, as it is anxious to keep its supporters and vote banks happy. The difference between putting one party solidly in power versus the other lies in your vote in this ongoing general election. As I told you earlier, the turnout from the previous Karnataka Assembly election of 2018 was 72.36%, which was just 0.32% lower than the 72.68% turnout in the 2023 election. So, an increase in turnout of just 0.32% helped the Congress party win and led to a BJP loss in 2023. So, if you think your vote doesn't matter, think again. Also, if you think you're in a position where your money, influence, and power will insulate you against events like this, think again, as such events could and probably will eventually come to impact you as well. And even if you're not personally affected by such events at this point in time, surely you, as a citizen, have a responsibility to vote and bring in a responsible government so others can be protected against such incidents. India is one of the few functioning democracies in the world where your vote actually counts as part of a clean election. So, I urge you to overcome your apathy or your indifference. I urge you to go exercise your franchise on voting day. It's the least you can do to play a positive role in the great democratic edifice called the Republic of India. If you like the material I shared today, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Until next time, take care.